Welcome to today's class. This is a nice twisty flow for you. So we're going to be working with sun salutations and then making it a nice twisty one. This is a chance to almost wring out the body. It should be nice and invigorating as well for you. So I really hope you enjoy. So to begin with, we're going to come into child's pose today. So you'll just make your way down. If you have any props you wish to use, then do feel free to. Take the knees out a little bit wider, so it's a little bit gentler on the body. The arms can go out ahead, out nice and long, dropping the forehead towards the mat. And just settling in here. Allowing yourself that time to arrive to your practice. And then from here, we're going to come into a side stretch. So to begin with, we come up on the fingertips. So activating through the shoulders, maybe even lifting the head a little to begin. And then we walk the hands over to the left-hand side. So we walk them over. They might come slightly off the mat. You can bring the right hand on top of the left if that's comfortable. And then just softening down. We want to keep the hips dropping down onto the heels. We want to keep nice and soft through the upper body so the forehead can drop down to the mat once again. And then breathing here. And then we walk the hands back through center. Come high on the fingertips, activate through the shoulders. And then walk the hands over to the right hand side. This time perhaps bringing left hand on top of right. Softening through the upper body when you get here. Releasing the hips down. And then pausing, taking a few deep breaths. And when you're ready, you'll walk the hands back through center. Take one breath here. And then use an inhale to come up through seated. And you can come into any comfortable seat here, whether that be sat on the heels or cross-legged. And we'll look to find some rounds of cats and cows. So we use the inhale opening into the chest. Exhale, rounding through the back. Just move between these two shapes. Final round. Coming to sit nice and tall once again. We're going to take a nice simple twist here. So inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the hands down and coming up into a downward dog. So we tuck the toes, lift the knees. And then we draw the feet to the hands so we can walk, step or jump them here. Coming into a fold. Before we inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, heart center. You can release the hands down, maybe taking the feet slightly wider, coming into Tadasana. And we prepare for our first round of sun salutation here. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or jump back to your plank. Exhale, lower down. And inhale for your back bend, Sphinx, Cobra or Upward Dog. Exhale, Downward Dog. Next, exhale, bring the feet to the hands, coming back to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. And exhale, heart center. Taking a breath here. And then we go again. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or jump back to your plank. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Next, exhale, bring the feet to the hands, come to that fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, heart center. Pausing here. We'll come to our final round before we start adding in those twists. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or jump back to your plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Exhale, bring the feet to the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. And exhale, heart center. Taking a few breaths here. Option 2, release the hands down. Now we're going to start adding in those twists. So we're going to add in as many twists as we can here. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, take a twist. Reach one arm forward, one arm back. Really stretching out through the fingertips. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming into a twist here, so we bend into our right knee, straighten through our left leg. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, release down, switching sides. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, step back to your plank. From here, coming into a side plank, so we take our right hand to the center of our mat, rotating onto the left-hand side, lift that left arm. Option to bring the right leg down for a supported side plank, more of a gate post variation here. So we're in our side plank, and then we exhale, thread left arm under. Inhale up. Twice more, exhale, thread. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale down into your side, into your plank. And then we switch sides. So left hand comes to the center. We rotate, opening out to the right. Exhale, thread that arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, land that hand down. And then exhale, lowering onto the belly. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, turn to look down the right hand side of the body. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn to look down the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, push up and back for downward dog. Finding a twist here, so we're going to draw our right hand towards the left foot. You may be able to take hold of that ankle, you may just reach towards it. Looking up under that left shoulder. Switching sides, right hand comes to the top of the mat, left hand reaches towards right ankle. Release back. Good. From here, coming into a high lunge. So we inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise up for your lunge. Going to come to a twist here as well. So we exhale, we bring the hands down to heart center. Option to remain nice and tall, turning towards the right hand side, keeping those hands at heart center. Or option to bring left elbow to right knee. So the hands are at heart center, and then we just drop into that twist. Inhale through center, lift the arms overhead once again. Exhale, release the hands, stepping back into your plank, moving through a vinyasa. So we exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Coming through on the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step through. Inhale to rise. Finding that lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then choosing your twist here. Inhale, lifting out. Exhale, lower the hands. Inhale, step back to your plank, moving through that vinyasa. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Next, exhale, bring the feet to the hands, coming into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend into the left leg, left hand lands down. Inhale, right arm up, find your twist. Exhale, release that hand. Inhale, switch sides. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, draw the hands down, pausing here. Hands can release or remain at heart center, taking some nice deep breaths. We're then going to come down into Malasana, our yoga squat. So we take the feet out a little bit wider, toes turn out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, sinking down into Malasana. Pausing when the heels want to lift. So you want to keep the feet nice and flat to the mat. The elbows can go inside the knees, pushing them slightly wider, opening into the chest and the hips. Taking a twist here, so we reach that left arm forward. Inhale, sweep that right arm back. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, opening. Exhale, down to heart center. Take a breath here. And then we'll very carefully look to land down, so you can bring the hands down to the ground. Carefully sink the hips. Extending the legs or maybe hugging them in as you go down onto your back. So we lower ourselves down. Pausing here, maybe finding a gentle rock from side to side. And then from here, we're going to come into our final twists. So we're going to extend that left leg long, leaving the right leg hugged in. Take hold of that right knee with the left hand. Right hand can drop out beside you, maybe coming into a T shape. Exhale, draw that leg across the body. You might choose to turn your head the opposite way to your leg, taking some nice deep breaths in your twist. Inhale, coming through center, hugging both knees into the chest once more. And then taking that on the left side, so we exhale, send the right leg long, left leg remains hugged in. Take hold of that left knee with the right hand, releasing left arm. Exhale, drawing the leg across for your twist. Inhale, coming through center. Taking a moment to find any last movements your body might need. And then you'll look to settle into a comfortable resting position here, whether that be Shavasana or any variation of. And you'll just allow the body to find stillness, settling in here. Maybe even cover yourself with a blanket. Just take a moment to pause, to reflect on your practice. Maybe noting how you felt at the beginning and how you feel now at the end.
this is where I'll leave you today. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Thank you for joining me for today's practice, and I hope to see you on the mat again soon.